Greetings from Cuyahoga Falls. My name is Jehovah. Welcome to War of Rights. It is Saturday. We're hanging out with the UEC once again. Special thanks to everyone in the UEC for once again allowing me to film these awesome weekly events. They are the highlight of my weekend. So, this week, who do we have? Well, we're on Roulette Lane. You know what that means. It is a Yankee, heavily weighed toward the Yankees. On the Confederate side, we've got our 8th Florida and a new company here. First Western Army, I think is what they're calling themselves. They might be attached to the 2nd Mississippi. I really don't know. These are a bunch of our Russian friends here, so this should be really interesting. Russian, always tenacious fighters. So we like to see those guys. Jenkins Brigade made up mostly of Russians as well. We've got our 1st Virginia, our Spanish speakers there, so always great fighters as well. And 2nd Mississippi, I believe those guys are also a Russian unit. Welcome to the channel to all of these guys. Really appreciate you being here. And then, of course, our 8th Florida, who we see just about every week. And then we've got that's artillery. That's going to be connected to the 52nd New York. Excuse me. You also have 2nd Delaware here, as well as the 52nd New York in mass. Look at that. But for once, look at this. The Confederates actually outnumber the Union this time by quite a significant portion. So they may actually have a chance here. But the reason that this is so unbalanced, in my opinion, is right here. These artillery pieces up on this hill just make it a murder zone for the Confederates. Not only that, but the spawn, for the Union right over here. So, yeah, not great for the Confederates. Let's do a little bit of history here, since everybody does like the history. This portion of the battlefield is kind of the midpoint of the battlefield. What you're looking at is Roulette Lane right in front of us here. That is the Bloody Lane. And then way back in the background there, that's your Piper Farm. So this was Longstreet's lines, the middle of the battlefield. Yeah, you're right. Welcome back to the Shredden Field. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you being here. But yeah, that artillery definitely hurts. So in real life, what you saw here, this is your East Woods area. You see... that's your Mama Farm on fire. And in the background there, you can see way back there, you can see like the different farmland. Miller Cornfield right over there. The Miller Farm, the Hagerstown Turnpike. You can see the the Dunker Church there. So this is the middle of the line, and basically the Union were attacking the West Woods off into the distance, but some of those guys actually turned left once they saw D.H. Hill down here, and that fight ensued. Actually, the second battle is going to be the Bloody Lane, so that'll be great. So no actual fighting really took place here, but in the game, what you'll see is what I'm calling the 8th Alabama Defense. You guys can say something else if you like, but these guys are the ones that really are the first ones that figured out these interior lines the way that they did. And basically what you're going to see here is this corner is going to be the linchpin, and you're going to see units lined up against the stone wall and against this wooden fence here. You'll also see another regiment down here near the house to guard the left flank, and they'll swap back and forth throughout the day. But if they're smart, they're going to stay inside those interior lines. And the Confederates have a real challenge here, because in the UEC events, you don't use the houses or the barns, so they're not going to be able to use cover like that. And they're going to come usually down this fence line, and they're going to try to come down this fence line here and try to attack that left flank, which is always a challenge. Sometimes they'll come right in and they'll get in behind the house, using that as some cover to charge. But most of the time, a lot of the armies will swing around this house here and come in behind the barn and use this as your avenue of advance. And you see the stone wall there. It's pretty good cover for the Confederates. Excuse me. Sometimes now with the cannons, they'll actually go up through the woods and try to hide themselves and actually come along to this fence line here and try to get a flank on those cannons. The only time I've ever seen this done correctly since the cannons have come out was 1st Texas. I was at an event with the 1st Texas guys, and they absolutely mopped up the Union. but they got in on those guns real fast, and they never let this field go. So, you know, not everybody can do that. Yeah, man, it's always a pleasure to have you here. I really appreciate all you guys coming around and hanging out on Twitch with us. It's a great time. And if you're not into watching live, that's fine. We put these out on YouTube as well throughout the week. Work has been keeping me pretty busy. I won't lie about that. And so they're coming out a little later than I want them to, but guys, just stick with me. You know, I make videos for a living primarily now, and so I'm in Premiere a lot of the time. So spending my free time doing that's been a little bit of a challenge as well. You know, no matter what you love to do, it all becomes work at some point, right? So who do we got defending what part? This is your 52nd. This is going to be Frank, the large portion of the army. And over here we've got our 2nd Delaware. There's Toby's guys. Oh man, this is the Dark Lord and his apprentice. Are you kidding me? Well, the clock started and the Confederates are moving and the 52nd's already shooting. So if you guys don't know the inside history of this, we did a little bit of this on the duels, which sadly seem like they're coming to an end. But yeah, Frank defeated Toby in a duel, and Toby became his apprentice. And so this guy Stricker here, that's the apprentice, and that's your emperor right over here, Frank. So we got the Dark Lord and his apprentice, old Toby Vader here. This should be easy. This should be interesting. Playing as Union, quite fitting. And we got the Rebel Alliance coming after him here, and you can see most of those Confederates coming back this way. We've already got guys back on the fence line shooting. And that's the 2nd Mississippi. Not a lot of these guys, excuse me, but hopefully they'll grow their numbers. And who do we have here? Running off a fast. That's your Western Army. No, 1st Virginia. Sorry, blurred a little bit on me. So the 1st Virginia coming in mass. A lot of good numbers again this week. And it looks like we got Florida here on the fence, already getting pummeled by the 52nd. Look at this. Whew. 8th Florida never afraid to take the fight to the enemy early. But it looks like the whole Confederate Army back here behind the barn. And they're going to have to try to make an early push. So how did the Union... you know how they did. Toby and the guys were already here. They brought the 1st Western Army up. And look at this gun, man. This is the 52nd New York's 1st New York Horse Artillery, von Platen. And these guys are already on the gun. Where is the 52nd? There they are. They've crossed the street here, and they're actually in the field. Look at this, Frank not staying in the 8th Alabama defensive strategy. He's taking it to the enemy, like he is known to do. And you can see the Confederates already out in the open field here. Is this 1st Virginia? 1st Virginia doing a little bit of that peekaboo shit. We'll see how long that lasts in the UEC. Most of these companies don't fall for that, but you never know. Looks like Mississippi's already taken some shots as well. And Florida's come back this way, it looks like. Hog letting...
That's what she said.
Oh, man.
Over the fence.
Those beehives, by the way, historically were hit by shell, and Union Army actually complained about getting stung by the bees as they marched through this area.
Halt by me, double rank.
All right, so Hog trying to get his guys on the flank of the 52nd. They brought themselves out and exposed themselves slightly, and anything that you can do to stay away from those cannons, the better. But okay, it looks like Frank did some reconnaissance, thought better of it, and he's got his guys back into the defense that we're used to here. And it looks like Hog maybe wants to swing around all the way to the other side, but he's going to be taking on the 52nd. And Florida got some good numbers out here today, so congratulations to the Floridians for showing up.
Yeah, but I think pushing from the left is the only, like...
You hear Polyha talking to Hog. Hog wants to be aggressive, and he doesn't want to go into a place where a lot of other enemies or a lot of other allies already are. But Polyha's seen it many times, so has Hog. This right side can just be absolutely bloody. Look at this. We've got Captain Czar taking out the first Western Army into the field here. Pretty brave getting out into the apple field. Maybe they're just hungry. But you can see Florida still going that way to the left. So it looks like the Western Army going to try to put some bullets into the Floridians, but Hog and the guys coming straight toward them.
Okay, that's not good in a off either.
Let's see if they see those guys hiding behind the trees.
Double quick.
Looks like he did. Oh, he certainly did.
Alright, follow me.
Let's take advantage.
Oh shit.
We're losing men slowly. I think we have their attention.
Yeah, so I mean, Virginia can push a little bit, but I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah, like, I think pushing the right flank is a good idea, but we can't do it like for too long since they're gonna spawn behind us.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
You hear the teamwork here. This is what I love about these companies, man.
I don't know.
And 8th Florida is one of the ones that do it as good as anybody. And again, I have a language barrier, so I'm sure the other companies do it just as well. But since these guys speak English, I can actually understand what they're saying all the time. I know what Shiza means. Shizahosen. And hopefully 8th Florida does it Shizahosen when they see the 52nd up here waiting for them. Look at this. Oh my God. Our German friends here just licking their lips, waiting for the Floridians. All right, Florida, are you putting a volley into them?
Dress.
Northwest. Take aim.
And Frank's boys are going to give it back to him.
Ah, jetzt wurde ich schon wieder aus der Linie rausgeschoben.
Fire.
Ooh, you see the holes opening up in the Floridian line. I was about to say it's not a bad spot there. They have to shoot through the fence, but it looks like 52nd didn't have much problem doing it. And you can see the Floridians right there on the edge of the map. So the question is, are the Virginians able to push on this side? Hog's idea and Polyha's discussion, they were trying to open it up, so maybe the Virginia and the Mississippi could push on this side, but they're facing down Toby, the 2nd Mississippi, and a cannon here. So not an easy task. And the 52nd holding their ground. Florida on the move. And they're doing it right in the face of the 52nd. You can see the bodies here. 52nd writing a lot of letters home to the Southern Mamas here. Polyha with the flag. Floridians dropping as they go by. Hard to hit a moving target. 52nd doing a pretty damn good job of it. And Florida's numbers look to be reduced at least by half. So, Hog and the 8th Florida trying to open it up for the Virginians and the Mississippians, but they didn't take the opportunity, pinned down by that gun. And you can see Virginia here bringing in some more of their reinforcements. They can hide behind this wall all they want to, but it's just a matter of time. The only time I've seen the Confederates successful on this side is when they use that wall as cover and come down this road and hit that corner hard. And if they can do it without the 52nd noticing, all the better. They can get in here and they can hit the 2nd Delaware pretty hard, but it's not going to be easy to do that with Toby and his guys, man. These 2nd Delaware, very experienced veterans, along with the 52nd. You can see them coming back this way. Never wasting any time to put himself in a great position. Frank just shadowing the 8th Florida as they move across the field. And you can see it looks like our Western Army way out front here. And they're going to be a thorn in the side of the 8th Florida here if they can't see them, because they're not a very big company. And Florida trying to come down this fence line right into them. So we're going to see how this...
Staggered. Get staggered.
See Polyha giving commands, holding the flag on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, behind this hill here. Company halt.
За мной, перепрыгиваем обратно.
So the
Докапывай.
WA, they see him here.
Вперед. Вперед, залпы даем.
And Florida deadly with the musket.
Отступаем.
Fire well, boys.
Left, right side of the fence, just across.
Kill them if you see them.
Ceasefire.
And the Western Army's had enough of that shit. They're out of here. Don't blame them. Running back to the protection of the 52nd New York.
Wait to approach the map.
Yeah. I think
And the Virginians and Mississippi still over here. Looks like Virginia's trying to do some peekaboo shit on the corner here. Trying to get out and surprise the Delaware. Knock a couple of them down. And then leaving the area. If this is going to work, it's going to work because they're split. So what's happening here is they're shooting the Delaware and keeping their attention on the left side. You can see half of Virginia doing that on this side. And then the other part of Virginia doing the peekaboo shit. And it's going to be impossible for Toby's guys to hold their fire and wait for the peekaboo when they're already engaged. So this is a good way to actually to do this. So Virginia, very smart, trying to spread Toby's guys out here. And it's going to be difficult to hold that position. But again, having the spawn point so close, which is literally just right over there at that fence line, Union reinforcements get back to the field very rapidly. And you can see the Union guns barking. There's Virginia again, taking some pot shots, knocking the flagman down. So having some success. And Toby in the Delaware.
Front rank, take aim, stehen draußen, rechts der Steinmauer. Fire!
Ooh, artillery. Hitting its mark. Yeah, this side of the field, man. It's all blood and guts. Look at the arms. I'll write you a mama, boy. All right. That's going to be a screenshot. First screenshot of the day. Dismemberment.
А чё, Вильямсон сдох, да?
Да, он лежит.
Стрелять противнику цель.
Aquí estoy, un poquito más atrás, bruto.
Please.
But it looks like Toby and the guys are tired of that shit just being a target, so they're coming back down to the corner. And that way they can kind of concentrate their fire instead. Looks like the Confederates have gotten down here. This has got to be Hogg in the 8th Florida. Move down behind the house. They've got...
Dude, what the fuck?
They got Rambos coming out as
That's
the...
a regiment.
Hey, Rambo.
ceasefire, boys.
Why are you
Ceasefire.
Rambo?
Just hold into line.
So the Western Army new to the UEC. These guys think they're Ramboing, but this is a whole company. They're just a very small company.
Double ranks on my left, boys.
So it looks like a Rambo action, and we'll leave that up to the leadership of the UEC to decide. It's not my place to judge what these guys do in the battlefield. But 26 minutes left to go in the match. Everybody's battle ready. And no strong pushes by the Confederates yet. You can see a lot of the 2nd Delaware laying dead on the field. Toby holding that position for quite a long time. And you see Confederate reinforcements running in as we speak.
Konzentration, meine Herrschaften.
But 52nd, they're perfectly fine waiting for the Florida to show themselves. And here it is, Florida popping out behind the house. And the 52nd ready by wing. Look at that, by company now. Oh, and instead of taking a shot at a moving target, Frank deciding to move the guys closer to the Florida. That's going to give the Florida a chance to fire.
Left oblique.
Left oblique. Fire! Load!
Oh,
Reload.
Quiet.
Loads in, boys. Loads in.
Yeah, boys.
Keep your eyes up.
And it's drawn the attention of the Delaware this way as well. So Florida, with the attention of the whole Confederate or Union Army here, They've got both flags here, so if anybody spawns in on a flag, they're going to be on this spot. See Hog using the pistol. Oh, but we've got action up the hill. Look at this. We've got Confederates actually making a push. 1st Virginia in the field. They've taken the guns. Toby's going to have to get up this hill. Florida taking the eyes off of the Virginians, and they did not waste time. They came right in, and they're in the field and on the fence as well. A strong Confederate position here opened up by the Virginians. And this is going to be tough because the Union have found themselves in a pincer. And the Western Army coming up to try to Rambo this situation, but it's not going to work. 1st Virginia in mass. So a brilliant move. This is exactly what Hog and Polyhaw were trying to do. Get the attention of the Union and allow the Virginians in the field. But now they've got to keep it because Frank has decided to turn the 52nd up and coming up the hill. And there are not enough Virginians here to hold off the 52nd New York. The 8th Florida can't see through that house, but they need to push, and they need to push right now. And the Virginians getting back to the safety of the fence line. And the Delaware on their flank. Look at this, Delaware on the flank. And here come the Floridians. Florida not wasting time. Hog and the boys on the backside of the Delaware. The flankers have been flanked, and Toby decides he has to charge. 52nd has also charged into the Virginia. The Union know they cannot lose this portion of the battlefield. But you hear it, both sides engaged. Virginia trying to hold the storm, but they're getting attacked by 2nd Delaware, 2nd Mississippi. They've got, oh, 2nd Mississippi is on the Confederate side, sorry. But the Florida are in the corner, so this could still be a win if they can hold that spot. You can see the point of contention bleeding toward the red side. And the Confederates, they've got the stone wall in the corner. Oh, Hog murdering the man with the pistol.
Reload.
That's not a war crime. He was carrying a weapon. So the 8th Florida excited. They know they've got the sweetest spot on the field right here if they can just hold it. But they're going to need a lot of reinforcements to do so. And the Delaware, they've got their reinforcements back. Look at this. Delaware still in mass. So Toby and his boys came straight up and with the help of the 52nd New York, able to flush the Virginians and the Mississippians out of the field. But you can see it took a big toll on the on the 52nd. But oh man, Florida getting out of here. That cannon, just too much. They're trying to get that point of contention, but that artillery piece of the 1st New York is about to open up on the Floridians.
Shoulder on left face. Double quick.
I'd say the stone. Yeah, I agree with Hog there. I think the stone wall is probably best.
Staggered formation.
But they just want that point of contention. And there it is. 1st artillery blast, taking out both flag bearers in one shot. Jesus.
Hop on your right. Halt left face. Make ready.
Don't pick it up.
Behind. Hop behind.
And here comes Stricker. Toby's boys coming down to flank Hog. Oh man, an impossible position for the Floridians. They've got to have help here. And they need to pick up that flag.
On the right.
Look at the Union reinforcements streaming in for the 52nd New York. And Hog got to keep moving, but not fast enough. Look at that. But they did their job. The counterattack is engaged. Even though they took 2 massive artillery blasts to get it, 11:48 in this match, and Hog going for the corner. Toby and the Delaware trying to get on that flank have pushed themselves closer to the Confederate position, and Hog trying to get away from that artillery in the back. And look at this, they're running right into the 1st Virginia coming into the field. No, 2nd Mississippi. 2nd Mississippi, a little confusion here. Running straight into the Delaware. And it goes back to the bayonet. So the Delaware trying to get away from the Florida. run directly into the 2nd Mississippi. Welcome to the UEC, 2nd Mississippi. Great job there. And the Floridians coming in to help. Hog continuing to move. Almost have to do so. Oh, man, especially now that the 52nd has taken the corner. Look at this. Heartbreaking for the Confederates with the 52nd taking that corner, but Hog knows all he has to do is take that point of contention, and if they can stay in this yard by this house, they can do so and keep cover from that Union artillery. But you see that red line bleeding away. There's an awful lot of New Yorkers here.
I think we're not loaded, sir.
Such a dangerous position for the Confederates. And here come the 52nd. First Western Army in first. Here comes Frank with the sword. Oh, and artillery. Look at this. Brutality. This is why this side is heavily favored to the Union. Not taking anything away from that charge there, but it's a brilliant charge by Frank. And, of course, massive artillery. But the Confederate flag is laying on the field near the point of contention, and the blue line is growing as we speak. So the Union able to push off that strong Confederate attack. A brilliant attack by the Confederates so far. I didn't give them that much of a chance, but they really did a great job there spreading them out and conquering. You know, we see that they try to do this just about every week, and on some maps, you just got to come in force, and on other maps, you got to come in as separate units. And here are your Virginians swinging all the way around. They know the corner's open for the moment, but it won't be long. As soon as these Union guys get wind of it, Frank and the boys are coming this way. But Virginia quietly to the fence line, and they've got the corner. Now they're shooting down the flank of the 52nd New York, who still really don't know they're there. And you hear the huzzah. Both sides now engaged because the counterattack has been countered. And here come 2nd Delaware, what's left of them. And the New Yorkers have gotten into the road using the stone wall as cover. Look at these beautiful formations of the 52nd New York, man. If you're into history and you like line battles, this is the game for you, dude. There's just no question about it. Look that wheel that they just did to flop out on that fence line. They didn't run in there like pubs. They didn't have to. And the Virginians spreading out. Smart. Hey, Room Boy, welcome to the channel. Yeah, so what Room Boy's saying, that these are all based on actual areas. Yeah, let me take it a step further. This is the most accurate recreation of a battlefield that I've ever seen. I've been to Antietam and walked these battlefields, and it's absolutely amazing. The creators at Campfire Games they're history buffs. They love this shit, and they are really into it, and this is the most accurate you're ever going to see. So, 2nd Delaware here. They've gotten in, and the Florida probably here, taking it from both sides. Always at the hottest part of the battlefield. They're trying to shoot into the 52nd, and wouldn't you know it, Stricker and his men, Toby's guys, over here making it hard on them. And Virginia exposed to artillery fire, but they're still holding this corner.
Потому что мы меньше режим.
Так, паянки, цель. Паянки, плей.
And the 52nd, you know, they hop one side of the fence. They're in the range of the Floridians. They hop the other side. They're in the range of the Virginians, and it's working. And 52nd's losing a lot of men here. And here come the Florida have swung around, getting away from Toby and his men, and pouring it into the 52nd. Confederates really pushing hard right here, having some success on a really hard battlefield. They've got the Union off of the artillery field here, and have really put them on their heels quite a bit here. surprising turn of events. The 52nd and the 2nd Delaware
We got a friendly unit.
really in a tough spot, and the Virginians still in the corner, not really pushing for the point of contention at this point. Yeah, so so where the camps were, basically, you know, and I don't want to lose too much of this battlefield. We might talk about it at the beginning of the next stream, but we're in the middle of the battlefield. So I'll show you basically if you're looking on Google Maps, the Union came out of the North Woods. They were in behind the North and the East Woods. So it's kind of like out behind the East Woods a little bit. And they wrapped around the north part of the East Woods and came into Miller's Cornfield early in the morning. And Confederates were, you know, basically camped in the West Woods. That's where Stonewall Jackson's men were. Longstreet's guys were in this area, the middle part of the battlefield, and kind of the lower part near the bridge. And Lee kind of pulled men from his right flank toward his left all morning to try to hold off Hooker and the Union, making a strong push against Stonewall Jackson. And it kind of weakened the middle, but D.H. Hill had his boys in the middle of the field. So basically the Confederates were camped in the West Woods, and the Yankees were up near the North Woods. And there you have it, another counterattack. The Confederates have done it twice, 11:53 in the match. And this is the strongest Confederate attack I've seen here since artillery has been rolled out, not counting the 1st Texas who mopped the floor with the Union the time I watched them do it. Stricker and the boys coming in with the charge. They're tired of Florida being here. And, oh, the 52nd hitting them from the other side. That's a true pincer right there. And Florida, no way in hell they're going to survive this. So the whole Union Army attacking the Confederates, and now both sides taking losses. If the Confederates can get the Union into breaking and take that point of contention, they'll win this match, and they're not far from it at this point. So a brilliant attack by Toby and Frank, the master and apprentice, swinging around and doing a pincer on the 8th Florida, and that's a lot of letters going home to Florida mamas after that one. So the Virginia in the corner, they want to hold this point of contention, and right now they're doing it. The Union not in a spot to take the point, and you see Virginia knocking that flag down. Oh, the poor flag bearer. I need to do a video just like to lament flag bearers, because they're always the target. All right, and they should be. That's the mobile spawn point. So the Union, 10.5 minutes here, and they know they don't want to put themselves in too bad of a spot, because they'll end up going into breaking, and that could be a catastrophe. So right now, Virginia holding the corner, giving these Yankees hell. So we'll see how long it takes the rest of the Virginia and the 8th Florida to get back into the battle. You can see 2nd Mississippi here as well.
Yes, Mateo.
And 1st Virginia almost at full strength, kind of sneaking over, cheating over toward that point of contention as much as they can. But here comes Toby, the apprentice, Darth Toby, coming out to try to take that point of contention away from the Confederates. They just need to have the men here to do it.
Prepare to hold.
Prepare to hold.
Prepare to hold.
Hold.
But that line's not moving yet.
Front.
I'll bet Toby was thinking it was going to start ticking his way once he got out to this corner. And there it is. It is. He was right.
Fire.
9.5 minutes, but it's bleeding away. Can Florida get back here in time to make some... Oh, it's because the Virginians are going up the hill. Or is that the Mississippi? Yeah, the Mississippi, because the Virginians are coming in. Look at this. They want that point of contention back. And they're going to put pressure. You see it. That red line has stopped moving. Oh, my God. But look at that. Virginia getting hit from the backside. And that's why they were going up. They saw those Yankees back on those guns. 2nd Mississippi. They're going to take out those Union gunners to allow the Virginians the opportunity to hold that point of contention. And you can see Von Platen, 1st Lieutenant Williams coming in. 2nd Mississippi not going to let those Union guys have that gun back, and that's a smart move. But you can see Toby and his guys have crossed the fence now. They're in the open field. And the Virginians knocking them down one by one. I'm just waiting on the Florida to show up and spoil this Union party. It won't take them long. See, 1st Virginia doing a great job here. For a newer unit in the UEC, these guys have really shown their stuff over the last couple weeks, man. They're tenacious fighters. And you see Union backing up one time again, man. That red line trying to go back red again, but you see the 52nd now coming down. With the manpower that they have, it's going to take the Floridians coming in to do anything about this. And you can see that those Floridians are starting to move. But they're going to have to get here real fast. They're still back in the camp zone here.
Really good, boys.
This is fun.
I don't think they expect to hold this point of contention, but they really have a shot here, but they're just not going to get back here in time. And Virginia, after being pounded by that artillery, I don't know they had the manpower to hold it off here. 52nd, moving over to the fence line. But Virginia, good shooters. I wonder if Mississippi's going to keep people up here. They haven't, and what they're going to do is they're going to allow these guys to get back. These Union guys, Von Platen, he's going to get back to these guns. You're going to have to stop him. And with the Delaware in the field, they're opening up for their gun to do a little bit more work here. And Florida on the move. They're coming this way. That blue line already halfway back. 6:43 left in the counterattack. And Florida swinging all the way around. They're not coming straight in. They want to get in behind the 52nd. Oh, but here come the Virginians. They want that line back red. Look at them. Pouring straight into the 52nd. This is usually suicide. 52nd, an excellent unit in the UEC. So Virginia doing a little bit of peekaboo here. And it looks like Mississippi coming down this time. They want to help. And if they can keep the attention... They can keep the attention of these Yankees. Oh, yeah, a couple of them going down. This will give Florida the opportunity to get in behind and surprise both these companies. But I don't know if Florida knows about the 2nd Delaware or not. They're coming back for their flag. And 50 seconds aware of them now. Hog dead at the fence. And 8th Florida coming straight in to the 52nd New York. Will the Virginia and the Mississippi hit them from the other side? That is the question.
I got
The blue line is bleeding away. It's going back toward the red. And meanwhile, Stricker's men being shot to pieces by the Virginians. They know they have to assist the 52nd here. Because the blue line is bleeding away. Hog's dead. Polyhaw leading his men away from the spot. And he sees the blue line bleeding away. It's going back red. And they're right. They got him off the spot. They got him off the point of contention. And 52nd kind of wondering where the 8th Florida went. Wondering that myself. 1st Western Army coming after him.
Brace.
Hog back, as you see, using the pistol. Up, getting stabbed. Oh, man. I'm sure the Florida's not happy about this. This feels very Rambo because there's so few of these Western Army guys. They really should stay attached to one of the others. But, you know, hey, all's fair in love and war, brother. So you see the red line starting to bleed away again. Now Florida kind of picked to pieces there. 2nd Mississippi, 1st Virginia. They're going to have to get some reinforcements up here to have the numbers in order to get that blue line. But they're keeping the pressure on the Union, and that's what they've got to do. And the Union is now breaking. You hear the rebel yell. All the Confederates have to do now is take that point of contention back. So an incredible turn of events for the Confederates. Now, as the attacker, they do have more tickets. But Frank and the boys trying their best to get that point of contention back. They are breaking. They know the position they're in here. This could be very, very dangerous. If Hog in the Florida and Polyhaw in the Florida could get back up to this spot and force this thing, they could win it right now. And Virginia, they see it. They want it. Here they come. Now, second Mississippi and Virginia. Look at this. Swarming the point of contention. They feel like they have the numbers on the 52nd. And here they come. They want to win this thing right now. A bold attack by the 1st Virginia and 2nd Mississippi. Totally dissolving the 52nd New York. Incredible. And that blue line is going to come back red and come back fast. Here comes Toby in the 2nd Delaware. They know they've got to push off, and here come the Florida. Florida back in right in time. This could be the winning move right here. Delaware doing their best, and they're good. Pushing off Virginia, but Florida showing up en masse right at the right time. And that red line is coming this way. They want to bring every Union person they can to try to get that blue line back, but only 2 minutes left before a Confederate victory, and the Florida are in the corner. Just a great job by the Confederates this time. Who says that you can't win as a Confederate at Roulette Lane? It's not over yet, though. 16 minutes in the main, but only 1:47, and there's still a red line. If the Florida can knock down the rest of Toby's men here, they'll have it made. But don't forget, the Union respawn is literally right over there. And those 52nd guys are going to be coming back real fast. Look at them, already building up at the corner. But they better get moving. 1:25 left in this match, and Florida doing their best to put heat on Toby's men. But you can see, man, the Confederates just setting ducks with the Union having that brick wall. 1 minute left in the counterattack, but now both sides are breaking. So the Confederates have to, they can't get into a final push situation here. But what a great battle. And it's not going to be any time here. 50 seconds already back. Look at them. This is going to be it for the Confederates. There's no way. They got just way too many Union here. We're going to have to get the Virginians and the 2nd Mississippi back. And here they come. You see them not wasting any time. Virginia just pushing straight in. Probably help if they came in mass. But they're onesie-twosing it. And I just don't know if that's going to work against the 52nd. And the 2nd Delaware. But you see them. They just want to keep the Union on their heels, and they've done a great job of it all battle long. Virginia doing better than I thought they would here. They're good with the bayonet. 52nd backing up quite a bit, but that's it. It's a Confederate victory. Incredible at Roulette Lane. You just don't see that very often. So congratulations to the Confederates there for a hard-earned victory. I tell you, that push by Virginia and 2nd Mississippi and then Florida showing up right at the right time, there's nothing that the Union could have done about that. So great job there. If you enjoyed that, hit the like button. Consider subscribing. Man, we do this every week. So until next time, my name is Jehovah, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.